Hello everybody, Jay here from Upside Up Productions, and I'm here reviewing another set. This one is not terribly new, but still I recently got it, and it is the 7208 Fire Station. That's right, finally got a Fire Station. It's got 662 pieces, ages 5 to 12 as always, comes with 4 minifigures, and they're all up here. We'll show them to you. A rescue net, apparently, and a little cat, a tree, of course the fire station, 2 vehicles, everything you need to safely fight fire. So I'm gonna quickly set up and show you guys the set. And here we are, the fire station. If it wasn't a fire station, you'd been tricked by the packaging, but it is. You got your 4 minifigures. They're all pretty much the same except for their faces, and that's a little bit annoying. This one's got firefighter body, white hat, and the weird smiley glasses face. Same with the shiny aviator's face. Same with the tram driver's face from public transport, also the train driver from the new cargo train. And the fire chief, who has a silver hat, and then a kind of unsure of himself kind of face with a beard and glasses. 3 of these guys have glasses, 2 of them have beards. I don't know, whatever. One of them has a silver hat. It's interesting that they're all the same. Would it be nice to see a couple more figures if they're gonna give them identical, pretty much, to each other. So it would be nice to see more figures, but 4 is a good number. 10 would be like too many, but whatever. You also get this cool little cat and a tree, and of course the little ladder to get up to the tree. I'm just gonna move that. And then, as you can see, it's a pine tree, which is bizarre. And it's very, very pointy into this cat. And the cat is perched on top like the star on a Christmas tree. It's a bit ridiculous. Also, the minifigures are like half as tall as the tree already. So just go get a box or something. You don't need to call a fire department to get that cat out of that tree. Would have been a nicer thing to get a big tree, but we didn't. We got a small tree, and I mean, even then, that's an extra. You don't need a cat in a tree for this. The cat piece is really cool. It's common-ish. I haven't had any, which is surprising. I was surprised when I realized that, but it's a good one. Good piece. It's got 1 stud on the bottom and can fit into studs, and yeah. So, on to the vehicles. Here's one. This is the Fire Chief's van. It's a pretty standard looking Lego van, 4 studs wide, way too tall for its width, wheels that oddly stick out, normal stickers, license plates, fire logos, set number, and that of course is also the license plate, and then some fire logos on the top. It's got a blue light bar, some antennas, a spoiler, which for a van is awfully weird, spoiler there. Some clips for your outside of the van walkie-talkie. In this cupboard there's a breathing apparatus, and then the air tanks are actually in this cupboard over here. There's also an axe, air tanks, and in the back, if I can ever open it, there we go. Nope, just kidding. In the back there is a fire extinguisher. There it is, fire extinguisher. I love the design of these. Just a couple pieces, very simple, but I mean, it's clearly a fire extinguisher, and it's really cool. Next, we've got the big vehicle in this, which is the fire truck. I don't know a lot about fire trucks, but I'm guessing this one is fairly realistic. It's got a weirdish looking front, like a fish tank, sort of, but I don't know. I like how they used a very tall windshield in a very overall fairly short vehicle. I mean, the van is almost as tall as it. See that there? But it ends up looking a bit weird. Standard sort of snot front, standard stickers on the side. This cupboard has nothing in it at all. Going around the back, you can see more stickers, some warning details, license plate. Lots of lights on this. There's blue lights on the back, some blue lights in here, yellow ones as well, and then 2 light bars on the top, and of course blue lights on the front. On this side, you'll notice there isn't a cupboard, but there is a hose and hose reel. It's right there. And yeah, it's a cool detail. I'm glad they included it. It would have been weird if there was a fire thing without a hose. And long enough string. I mean, nothing to complain about there. But the cool part of this truck is that it is a ladder truck. You've got a sticker there for the diamond plating, and of course the extendable ladder, which can extend not too high, but I mean, pretty good reach. You do get a third ladder piece in this, and I basically, right when I got it, just added it onto the top of the ladder, because when you add that extra ladder bit, it increases its reach significantly, and then when it's down, it's not really even a problem. It just looks the same because it just goes right back over. The coolest thing about this truck, though, has to be, the hydraulics in the for the ladder raising system. They're not really hydraulics, but they look very good, as well as providing support, and they're just really cool and unique. So that's about enough for that, and now on to the fire station itself. You get 2 garage bays, 1 and 2. They're each sized for their appropriate vehicle. 1 and then 2, of course, for the fire truck. It's much longer. Both vehicles are a rather snug fit into their garages. Opening garage doors, of course. And then these cool little Art Deco type of wall design elements. I like those. Up on the roof, you got a skylight, like the Bank and Money Transfer, except these ones are larger and they don't hinge. They just kind of come out. Railing, forgot the word for that. Railing on the back of these, because of course the roof is accessible, so you need to make sure that they don't fall off, I guess. Figures don't fall off. In here, you've got a recycling bin, and then a little doorway, and that brings you to like the equipment room, which you can see another air tank and another breathing apparatus in there, and of course the rescue net through the back. More on that later. Second garage bay, same sort of thing, just longer. Does indeed fit the fire truck very nicely, in fact. Also has the overhead door. Let's continue around the side. You see another tool station. There's one like it way over here. This one's slightly smaller, but I like how they have these tool stations all across the area. Then you get your fire pole, which got an antenna on the top, and then uses one flexi piece to go all the way down. Then you have what I think is the coolest part of the set, and the most underrated, would be the actual like fireman's quarters or whatever. I mean, even on the box, it's crammed away in the tiny little corner, and I really didn't think of this as being a main part of the set, but this is my favorite part. It's such a different design to something like City Corner or the Bank and Money Transfer, but it still looks good next to them. Like none of the other ones have such big windows or anything, and this one does. I also like how the designers at LEGO did not put any stickers on this, except for one inside. Well, 2 inside if you count the TV. But, so you can use this just as an office building or whatever. You just kind of pop off the satellites, and this is great background filler for like car chase, and it's compatible with City Corner in the fact that its dimensions are right. It's not compatible with City Corner because it doesn't come off in the floors, but that's because they've given you these very large windows, and the floor is actually this in the middle. So this is still bottom floor, and then top floor is only up here. I like that. And now if you go around the back of the thing, the building, you can see the satellite dishes, of course, were on the top and the front too. And then down here you have the little receptionist area. Get a better light on that. You've got a rotating chair, it spins around, a telephone and a computer, door of course, then a little coffee machine, and then a very cool alarm sticker with a calendar underneath. I like this. Definitely shows it's a fire station with like alarm, fire, and then just a calendar, and it's not too like made up looking. It looks kind of plausible. Upstairs is even cooler, I think. You've got a bunk bed, which just 2 studs wide, looks a little bit narrow, but there's no other option. and it looks fine when you have a couple figures on that. Then you have the greatest sticker LEGO's ever produced, I think. It's a television, a widescreen TV. City TV with, of course, what should be a little LEGO logo, but isn't on anybody's because it's too small. Breaking news, City Hall collapsed. And then, of course, your news reporter. And then it says LEGO in tiny little letters under there. It's got some speakers on the side. I love this. Although, for a fire station, I wish it wasn't City Hall collapsed. I wish it was like fire at City Hall or something like that. But, yeah, it's very cool. I like this TV sticker a lot. You get another rotating chair, another little glass, and then that's about it for the whole fire station. So, now I'm going to show you what a breathing apparatus thing looks like on one of your minifigures. So, stay tuned for that. So, here it is. I've got it on the Chief figure, and this is really cool, I think, because it's just the breathing apparatus piece is made so well to fit with the rest of these pieces. It has a little clip that goes right over the back of the air tanks, and the overall profile of it fits the fire helmet perfectly. And I was very surprised about this. On the very front of it, it has the visor, of course, I'm just taking it off, and that goes up and down when there's no hat on. And this center bit right here is actually able to be held by figures. It's the same width as like a bar or whatever. I'm not going to try that, but it is, you can trust me. So the breathing apparatus thing is a really cool part, and it's very well thought out and well designed. So big points for them on that. I know it's not a new piece for this set. I know it is, and I know it's been in a lot of other sets as well. I have a couple of them, but I don't know, I just really like how well and thoroughly that was designed. So, now let's do the rescue net. This piece is the net, and it says so on the box. Right there, includes rescue net. And it's a really cool addition, kind of even more realism. It has a little place to go in the back of here. There's two little hooks that it just sits right on. You can see them here. And it sits on there and just kind of swings around. I think it's really cool. It's made of the same material that something like the fire pole is made out of, so it's bendy. The one thing I don't like about this is when the firemen are on their missions or whatever, they have nowhere to bring this in the truck. Like, here's their biggest vehicle, the big fire truck. Well, the biggest vehicle in the set, because the helicopter's bigger. But where are they going to put it? Are they going to stick it on the roof? No. Especially because that makes the way that they get out very difficult. The roof does hinge up. Not as nice as, say, doors, but nicer than something like having to tear the whole roof off. So, yeah. That's about it for this set, though. 7208 Fire Station. It costs $80, and that may seem like a lot, but when you look at the prices of other sets, like City Corner, which is $60, and then so say you add a $20 set, like, what's a good $20 set? The Level Crossing. This is better than that. This is better than City Corner plus Level Crossing, or City Corner plus the old dump truck, which I have down there, or City Corner plus maybe even the tank truck. I'd say this is probably better. So it's a pretty good value for the money, and I definitely recommend getting it. Thanks for watching this, and see you guys next time.